So Tyyra, this is not your first interview.
It is my first interview.
What? This is your first interview?
Loser!
Oh shit. So like, how do you think it's gonna go today?
I'm excited. I just want to make sure.
But that's crazy. Like, you've never had an interview, but you've done plenty of interviews before.
I've never had an interview. I've done plenty of interviews, but it's not about me. It's about them.
True. So how do you think this is gonna go today, being on the other side?
I'm really excited. I hope I don't want to say the right thing, but I hope that I shed some light on my organization and a lot of stuff that we do. Yeah.
Definitely.
And I hope that I help you guys show.
Okay, so Tyyra, you're here with AUC Who's Got Next. It's really dope. So explain AUC Who's Got Next for those who don't know.
All right, so AUC Who Got Next is a media-based organization that's helping creators in the AUC build their brand through platforms we provide. So that's the breakdown that I give people that I meet. You know, that's our mission statement. But AUC Who Got Next, we are about catering to each specific art. So like, we even have a monthly concert series called AUC Tour. So a lot of people, you know, they think that we just work with musicians. We also work with photographers, videographers, filmmakers, creative designers. Creative directors, illustrators, graphic designers, yeah.
Okay, that's dope. So like, how did you get the idea, like, okay, I'm a creative. Are you a creative?
Of course, everybody is.
That's true. Okay, so how did you get this idea? I'm a creative and I wanna start creating opportunities or start helping these creatives, other creatives, advance themselves.
All right, so I always said that I would save, like, you know, that recipe for when, like, you know, I really get up there. But just to give you a breakdown, you know, like, I was working with this rapper, shout out to Cairo, he's from Philly. And you know, I was in my room, like, back home in the summertime, and I'm just like, you know, first off, I was tired of depending on administration. Like, I go to Clark Atlanta University, so I will always go to Clark with ideas, and it's like, it's excuses on why it can't happen. So, you know, freshman year, I was depressed, like, you know what, they don't want me to do it, so it's like, maybe I'm not good enough. Sophomore year, summer, back home in Brooklyn, and I'm just like, hey, like, you know what can I do, like, to really get my voice heard? So I'm just with my friend YF, and then I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna make a playlist. Like, I seen this woman named Yes Jules, and I was like, she's making playlists, and I was like, you know what, I think I wanna make this a playlist. Like, you know, just helping. That's when it was for just artists. And then, like, it just kind of built it from there. Like, I came back to school, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start AUC Who Got Next. I got with two of my friends, now they're my brothers. Shout out to Malik and Vinny. Vinny's my right-hand man. Malik, he went to Morehouse, unfortunately he doesn't, but like, you know, I started it. I met with them last week of January, and I was like, you know what, I was in the progress of doing a launch party. So we wasn't chartered at Morehouse yet, but like, we were already, like, I was already getting the process going, me being at Clark. So like, I just got with them, we put our two heads together, you know, like, we work together now. We want to be music executives, so like, we just put three brains together, and that's how it formed.
And so like, so have you always wanted to be a music executive?
So I didn't always want to be a music executive. Like, when I came here, I really got the hype behind my friend Kevin. That's my best friend, brother. He's a graphic designer, and I was really just working with him, and I was like, you know what, I had a friend, her mother does PR, so I was representing my friend Kevin. Like, I got him into a Chief Keef book called Frank Sosa, and they had an art show in Cali. So I was like, you know what, I could do this PR stuff, and I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I was like, I could definitely do this. Like, you know, we getting into Chief Keef books and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, you know what, like, his mother looked me in my eyes and was like, thank you. Like, thank you for helping my son. And I'm like, wow, like, this made me feel like somebody. So I'm just like, I want to help people that are creative feel like somebody, and while I'm helping them feel like somebody, I'm becoming somebody. So I'm like, yeah, this can definitely work. Long story short, didn't want to do PR no more because I really started like loving music. I wanted to manage. I know, like, I'm so into music far as like the artists, their content, how are people not listening to this person. So I'm like, yo, that's management. So I'm just like, hey, you know what? I'm like, I think that's music management. So hopped into that, managed this kid Cairo, and then like I found my mentor. His name is Wayno. He used to work with Davies, and I was like, you know what, like, that's gonna be my mentor. Intern with him this summer. the story still continues.
Wait, so how do you like all these people? And I just kind of love the way you speak, because it's like you don't forget anybody. You don't forget all the people who helped you come up.
Yeah,
with advice. And I feel like I see that in a bunch of celebrities, a bunch of like executives.
Right.
So I think that's just dope.
Yeah, I don't want to ever like forget nobody. Like I'm not me without the people that helped me. Even if they, they crossed me, they didn't cross me. Like, I don't just wake up every day and just do this myself. Like, I'm trying to be, the Olivia Pope of hip hop. Like, so it's like Olivia Pope doesn't just do it herself, obviously. So.
That's dope. That's definitely true. So like, how did you figure out like, hey, you see who's got next? That's what I want to do, and I'm gonna push just as hard as I can. Like, what was like the turning point for you in terms of like, this is what we're gonna do, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give my all to it, and it's gonna be amazing.
So I've been wanting to do like, a lot of stuff at Clark. Like I said, like Spring Fest and Homecoming. I love putting together, like events, and I was like, we got AUC, the biggest turn point was AUC who got next. We had the launch party, but we could not have no events because we were not charted. So just imagine somebody, it's like we're locked up. It's me, Malik, Vinny. I have all of these ideas, and then, they come to me with their ideas. So we just, stirring a pot that we can't feed people. And I'm just like, we're enslaved. I'm like, I can't do this. So the plan was boom. You know what? We're gonna send these files in. Clark just opened up that you could get charted, fill that spot out. Then the biggest turn point was, I was like, you know what? If Clark don't work out, we're gonna go to Morehouse. So we're sitting up there. Now I'm talking about real, like, just hustle. We're sitting up in the suites because I'm an RA. And then we just found out that it was due the next day. So then Malika's just like, how are we gonna get this done? And it's 2 in the morning right now. We gotta turn this in tomorrow. So I'm just like, listen, y'all. I'm like, y'all wanna just stand here and just be complaining like next year? And I'm like, oh, we gonna do this. And they was like, but where are we gonna fill this out? Like, you gotta put together the laws. You gotta put together what it is, each person. He was like, what advisors? Like, how many people can you think of? So I'm just like, bruh, like, we're just gonna have to figure it out. We stayed up from 2 a.m. all the way to 6 a.m. and finished the whole papers, and all we needed was to find 2 advisors. Got one advisor, went up to her, found out that she didn't teach at Morehouse no more. So back to square one. So boom, long story short, shout out to our advisor, Dr. Huge, like much love to him. We found him through, I never met Dr. Huge. I found him through going to RayPack because I remember, like, you guys have your arts there. So I was like, there gotta be somebody in this thing. I was like, yo, we're just gonna have to swindle. Like, I'm gonna tell, they was like, what you gonna do? I'm like, look, we just gonna tell them like, hey, we need you to be our advisor. Just sign this paper, and then next semester, cause it was for next semester, went in there, spoke to this guy. He was like, you should speak to Chad. He was like, he's the band director. So I'm like, band director? So I'm like, all right, whatever. Got his number, and then I'm just like, oh, okay, so got his number. He's asking me a million questions, and this felt like a phone interview. So I'm like, to Vinny, I'm like, I think we found our guy. Malik, is over there, like, trying to find people. So I'm just like, no, it was Malik with me, and Vinny like was just trying to find people. So I'm just like, Malik, like, I think we found him. I'm like, this guy's asking me a phone interview, like, I'm trying to work for him. So I'm like, I like the way he's questioning me. So then I'm just like, so can you be our advisor? He's like, yeah, I'm with it. So I'm like, all right. So we got him, boom. Went up to this other guy like, hey, can you be our advisor? He was like, yeah, I'm with it. Boom, got the 2 advisors, put it in. Clark dubbed us. Shout out to Clark though. They dubbed us. Morehouse sent us that email like, hey, you a charter organization. The rest was history.
That's dope.
I just really want to get into like, how much work we really put in, like, so people could really see like this shit is not a game, and like really just get that like respect and show like it's for the AUC, like this isn't just for Morehouse, like, and I just want people to watch this interview and really just wake up the next day and be like, I could do this. Like, whether they want to be a doctor
Are we still rolling?
or a poet, they could be like, I could do this. So that's what I like really just want people to get out of it. Just like you was like, you want people to watch your interviews that you do and be like, I get why I interview, like why like I interview them. Like, I want them to watch this and be like, I could do this. Like, I can have an organization, or I could be this poet, doctor, whatever you want to do. Like,
So like after you guys got chartered, all this stuff, did you guys have like a list of set of plans that y'all were like just ready to execute? Like y'all was just waiting, or y'all had a team meeting to figure out what we want to do, what we want to accomplish? Because y'all been doing a bunch of different events.
Right. So at first, you know, like we really just been saying, number one, since we were just starting up, the biggest thing that we still work on it now, we want everybody on our team to be genuine, and we do not want to chase what we say. When we said the best prima donnas. Like, we don't want nobody on our team that has clout. Like, you know, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, you know, like, but we want people on our team that's genuine, treat everybody with respect. But it's alright, because I'd rather us plus our stuff on now. And people, like, the thing about it is, like, what we really figured out is, and I told this to Jenny, I was like, you know what? The thing is, some people weren't believers because they had to see us actually do it first. We had a bit that we wanted to do, you get what I'm saying? September came, we finally met Dr. Music, and he was the shit that he was in person. And I was like, damn, like, this is cool as hell. So we started, like, putting together events. I was like, you know what, Jenny, like, we need to have the information we needed, because we can't just do this alone. And it's the thing about ABC, my next that people don't understand, this is a movement. Like, we actually have a clothing line that we drop, and it's like we want everybody to feel like a creative, not feel like, but know that you are a creative. Just like Jay said, everybody has a talent, and just takes you to tap into it. That's exactly what I want people to feel. Every show that people go to for ABC Next, I say, you are a creative. Like, everybody that comes to our event, everybody that follows us, if you're a part of ABC Next, the videos from our part, everybody in the room is a part of ABC Next. Like, this is like, I want you to wake up and know that you are a kid. Like, let's get the job done. We're here to help you. You know, so it's just like, that's what we're going to take. It's just like administration. They're supposed to be there to help us with our academics and help us with our studies. You know, ABC Next, it's needed. I want it to be needed just like SBA is needed. So it's literally a creative space.
No, for real, Tyra, I really appreciate you coming out, bringing your time, bringing your experiences, your wise words. You can tell the camera your social media and all that.
What's up, y'all? Make sure y'all follow me, Tyyra B, Tyyra B. Shout out AUC You Got Next. Make sure you follow us. Cypher Sundays. We got more meet and greets on the way. AUC Rap Edition is on the way. Dance Battle on the way. Shout out to